Welcome to Haterade. I'm Sam Legault, and you wanted this. 2.5D Seduction was not a good show by really any metric. We already covered this in layer 104, so I'm just gonna kind of breeze down the list as fast as I can and try building towards the eventual point that I'm coming to here. First, the protagonist was a very generic audience stand in with really a single notable trait, his whole waifu thing. The show's emotional stakes, second, are pretty much non-existent from the get-go. Love interest A is immediately enamored by the protagonist and will fall in love with him. Love interest B already has, and since she has no chance with him, they even tell us this, her presence in the cast nets us no drama. She's there for viewer eye candy, really. Besides the quick disappearance of the protagonist's incel tendencies, too, everyone's actions make total sense, given what we're told about their characters, but none of these actions actually create any tension or conflict. They all are sort of designed not to interrupt the bland tranquility of the show's status quo. Everyone's personalities are in this weird harmony with one another in that way. Third, the character designs are neither good nor bad. They're just mad-libbed together. The protagonist is a school uniform / short dark blue hair model. Love interest A is school uniform, glasses, strawberry blonde, skinny yet buxom model. Love interest B is school uniform, pouty, brunette, skinny and not buxom model, and so on. And you're not going to remember what any of these characters look like by next season. Fourth, 2.5D's gimmick, cosplay and cosroms, and the world of these things, is not itself inherently flawed. I don't even care that it's a convenient pretext for cheesecake, and it's a pretty just convenient pretext for cheesecake here. It didn't have to be, but that's what they did. But whatever, that's just anime. If you go to bed with dogs, you wake up with fleas. But it is presented quite formulaically. The gimmick, a subculture in this case, is presented and expounded upon. A few boilerplate dramatic beats are hit, like Baby's first con booth, Baby's first cosplaying at a con, and so on. And only 4 episodes in, I know that we're in for the standard anime rom-com harem song and dance, and there'll be a couple more girls, and they'll be selected from this pool of maybe like a dozen archetypes, of which usually 4 to 6 are ever really used at a time. We've met one already. She's like milfy, but she's that archetype. Another will be shy, probably, or something. They'll each get a focal episode. They'll each take their clothes off. They'll each do a skimpy cosplay, and they'll each probably fall in love with the protagonist. And at that point, we'll have hit our 12 episodes. Read the rest on Jump Plus. So, okay. We about current? All right. This sucks. And not just because it's bland, and it's bland, don't get me wrong, but because I can stare right through its blandness and just make out the silhouettes of the tired mangaka, whom I would argue is largely blameless here, and those of the execs from Jump and Tokyo MX. See, they have their winning formula, and with it they make their publishing and programming decisions by asking not what might be good or interesting, but instead asking what's least likely to fail. So, the result of this is 2.5D Seduction, a show that is not good, but will find its viewership as calculated and distract the projected number of viewers in the target demo for 12 weeks as intended. Then, for winter 2025, we'll get another show like 2.5D, but with, I don't know, maybe, what's an example? Maybe they'll all be into sports betting. Sorry, that's a bad example. I'd actually love that. I'm sure they'd find a way to make it boring, though. You get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, if you've been listening since my solo episode about Isekai, then you probably had it about 90 seconds into this one. It's basically the same episode, which kind of hypocritical of me now that I think about it, but whatever. But you know where this is going. You know who, or specifically what, is responsible for this. For taking one of humankind's greatest qualities, imagination, and the neat thing we do with it, where we spin yarns at one another about stuff that we know, and they know, never happened, and often never could. Not because we really need to survive, but because it's fun, and it helps us get one another. Neil Gaiman calls this storytelling when he's not busy bringing COVID to the Isle of Man or getting handsy at book signings. Anyway, for taking stories and storytelling, one of the only half-decent habits we kept around after some asshole decided to start planting seeds places, and figuring out how to make it as lifeless and predictable and palatable and unremarkable and fucking boring as possible. Let's bring it home to my point here. See, I'm a humanities major, if that has not already been made apparent. I like asking why to stuff. It's what we do. Even stuff I don't like, I still like asking why. And God, I am so fucking sick. I'm so sick of it being the same answer every single fucking time. There are 1,000,001 objectively correct reasons to hate capitalism, but watching the annoying, sanded down, mark-tested gruel it produces to entertain us while it's busy killing us, it's up there. Trying to find something of value in a thing I didn't like by asking why I didn't like it, and finding the same 5 fucking syllables at the end of every fucking line of questioning. Up there too. 2.5D Seduction is not a good show, and you, as a human being whom I believe to be fundamentally good and deserving of good things in a better world, you deserve so much worse. You deserve bafflingly terrible shit like Handshakers and X-Arms, where every scene is like a disaster area of bad production decisions, nonsensical character writing, and unwatchably janky CGI. You deserve reprehensible shit, like Interspecies Reviewers or, what was that? Kodomo no Jikan. Shows that make you wonder, truly wonder what the fuck kind of skeletons the mangaka might have hiding in his closet or just on his hard drive. You deserve train wrecks, like Seraph of the End and Big Order, spectacular failures that, in their emulation of greater series, give you fiction's equivalent of, like, this grisly murder scene and ask you to guess at what and how everything went so terribly wrong. You deserve to watch people fuck up adapting Junji Ito over and over and over because it gets funnier every single time. You deserve to have genuinely stupid people get their ridiculous Wattpad smut published because there is no pen so passionate as a fool's. You deserve the Cats movie because nothing like it has ever happened before and nothing like it will ever happen again. You deserve incompetent writers whose lives you wonder about because of how thoroughly they misunderstand human behavior. You deserve soccer balls animated in PowerPoint. You deserve the worst garbage imaginable because you deserve good things.